Hey everybody, Shane here with Al and Ryan, two people that are not normally on the scope, one of them especially. He's sitting in the back seat. We are vlogging our trip to the replacement show. Here in Minneapolis. It is mid-September, but it feels like October. And this is a monumental, exciting, terrific concert, is it not, Al?
It's the concert of the summer?
Yes, even
Question mark?
So, for those of you that are not familiar, Replacements are a Minnesota-grown band, so we have a stake in this one. They are one of us, as Dan Marino would say.
Yep.
They have not played here since '91.
Yes.
And they've reunited, and it feels so good.
Yeah.
For a handful of shows this summer,
Yeah.
a few festivals. Is this one of their only standard shows, or tell me, Al?
It's their only scheduled show for the Twin Cities area. I believe they've played over the last year 7, 8, maybe up to 10 shows, and mostly in festival format. Yeah.
Al, any comments on songs you want to hear tonight?
I'm not going to be fussy about what they play, we'll hear the standards. We'll hear probably a little bit off of everything. So.
Mm-hmm. What are the chances we get a special surprise famous guest star popping up on stage?
You know what? Usually I would say hi. I think it's going to be about 10%. I don't think we're going to see anything too out of the ordinary. I think people are paying to see the Replacements, and I think that's what we're going to get.
So yeah, we'll do our best to capture as much footage as we can, and stay tuned for more. So thanks.
That friend makes me sick. And after I get sick, I just get sad. Cause a barn's being broke, hearts to be heartbroken. Always being both must be a drag. She's been calling me. She's been calling. Hello?
All right, so we finished up the big Replacements concert. 3 bands, 3 hours. What do you think?
Was it only 3 hours?
Nah, it was somewhere in there. Let's go through the first band. Who was that?
Lucero from Memphis.
They played a good 30-minute set.
The appropriate amount of time for that band at this show.
They channeled a little bit of Bruce, I think, the boss here and there. A little bit of a southern twinge to it. I liked them. I thought they were good.
Yep, I would venture to explore them a little further.
Next up, Hold Steady. Some magazines say best live band currently going in the country.
Or in 2005. Shane, I'm more curious to hear your opinion.
I think they've got a lot of energy. Good live band. I'm not convinced that I would like their album work completely, but I definitely have respect for them as a band. The fact of the matter is that it's good when you go to concerts like this because these guys are writing all their own music. Mm-hmm. You know, they're storytellers, essentially. I mean, that's sort of what these lyrics are. More poetic, you know, than just, you know, working lyrics that go with the melody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that they were impressive, but not necessarily my style.
Yeah. They played a 45-minute set.
The crowd seemed to really dig just about everything that they played, yeah. So good for them.
Yep.
And then finally, we've got this little band called The Replacements. People are talking about them. They're up-and-comers. Me personally, I mean, they definitely were rough around the edges. They definitely have the we don't give a shit attitude. That, you know, I never saw them back in the day. I never really followed them, but I get the impression that some things never changed. Would you agree with that?
I think it was as expected. And,
yeah.
I think I was talking to, where's Backseat Ryan? Backseat Ryan. Well, usually when you get bands that have deep catalogs, you know, you can't please everybody. You know, you try to please everybody and you can please nobody set list wise. So
they played a lot of music,
but they, like I said, they ripped through. I'm guessing 25 songs and 20 to 25 songs, and they hit every era. But again, with a band like The Replacements, whose their catalog for not being around for too long, they definitely stylistically changed in those 8 to 10 years.
Oh, so, yeah, all over the place. Yeah,
so,
all over the place.
So you're not obviously going to make everybody happy on every song. Because they ended the show very well, though. You know, they hit their stride 2 songs before the main set with you know, Bastards of Young and I Don't Know. And between those two, I think they came back, played Skyway, which is kind of Minnesota's version of Yesterday.
I think anybody that went into this concert thinking or hoping that this is going to be a nostalgic type of thing, where they're going to come in and, you know, talk about how much they love this state and the memories of being here and their lives, I think you will be tremendously disappointed because they could have played this show anywhere, and they probably have.
Yeah.
There was no personalization, and maybe that's just the way they are as a band and the way they always will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was straight ahead, power through, limited banter. For the most part, I think that they sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
Considering, you know, they're not a regular touring band that's out there doing this all the time. Yeah. So good for them.
Yeah, and they, to be honest, they weren't actually known for having the most clean shows.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
one thing that I liked about this show, which I'll draw parallels to the McCartney show, that it's fun to be in a crowd where, you know, people remember a place and time, and the music means something to them, and it's always a little different per person, but at that moment, you know, when someone first heard that song, or, you know, reminds them of where they used to be, or a girl they used to date, or a hard time in their life, and people sing along together, I just think that that's a good part of the human condition right there. Yeah. The assholes that will push forward and, you know, not have any consideration or pour beer on your foot like somebody did.
Yeah, that asshole.
But you know what I mean? I thought that was really cool, and I appreciated that. Yeah. Even if for me, I probably knew 1 out of every 8 songs that was played. So
yeah, I would say it was a success. I'm really curious to hear what other people have to say about the show.
Sure. Friend of the show, John Mapes, was there. He is probably the biggest Replacement fan you're going to find. What he says about it, I think, will sort of tell the tale. So, yeah, it was a good show. Al, thanks for getting the tickets.
You're welcome.
And, keep watching and listening to The Scope, and we'll be back with more stuff another time. Bye for now.